Welcome to Klepper's Corner, Trump Merica, where if you think you're having a fever dream, good news, so is the president. This week, tariffs collapse, climate protests explode, Trump claims to solve Ukraine, and half the country wishes they'd gone Amish when they had the chance. Let's dive into this week's Carnival of Sad Magic. Segment 1, Tariff Tantrum. 145% to something less, probably? Trump announced he's dropping his 145% tariffs on China to a more reasonable, maybe sort of not quite zero, because when the economy started crying like a toddler at Target, Daddy Trump promised ice cream, then threw the toddler into the freezer section. He said the tariffs would come substantially down, but not all the way. Like a drunk uncle on a staircase, huh? I'm gonna come down, but first let me dance a little. Segment 2. Powell Hour, Trump's favorite hostage. In a shocking plot twist, Trump announced he won't fire Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell after months of roasting him like a Thanksgiving turkey. Wall Street rejoiced because nothing says stable leadership like your boss angrily tweeting about you, then pretending you're best friends at the office party. Segment 3, the State Department diet plan. Meanwhile, Trump and Marco Rubio are putting the State Department on a crash diet. They're cutting bloat and bureaucracy, which is Trump speak for removing anyone who's ever read a book. They want nimble results. That's right. The U.S. foreign policy strategy is now CrossFit. Segment 4, hide that report, good news. A federal judge ruled that Trump's classified documents scandal report will stay sealed. Apparently, a Freedom of Information Act was just rebranded as Freedom to Shut the Hell Up Act. Segment 5, nonprofits in full Panic at the Disco mode. Progressive nonprofits are holding daily emergency calls because they expect Trump to unleash legal hell on them. It's like a fire drill. But instead of finding an exit, you just move to Canada. Segment 6, Ukraine plan, just give Russia a little hug. Trump tried to pressure Ukraine into accepting a peace plan that would freeze the war where it is, aka congratulations Russia, you win. Nothing says art of the deal like negotiating for the other guy. Segment 7, tariffs are back, baby. Guess what? Trump said he's reinstating global tariffs because nothing soothes a teetering economy quite like throwing a Molotov cocktail into the stock exchange. Segment 8, climate protesters attack Trump Tower. In protest, climate activists vandalized the inside of Trump Tower. Authorities say they arrested the protesters, but inside sources confirmed the building itself requested protective custody. Segment 9. Polls. Americans say you're fired. Polls show only 37% approve of Trump's handling of the economy, meaning even fewer people like Trump's economy than like the final season of Game of Thrones. Segment 10. Election integrity, or whatever that means. This week, Trump signed an order to investigate straw donors and foreign contributions because nothing says clean elections like being audited by the same guy who thought Sharpies counted as legal ballots. Segment 11, judges to Trump. No, you can't. Federal judges blocked Trump's plans to cut school funding, mass deport people, and shut down fundraising platforms. Basically, Trump's presidency is now the legal equivalent of a toddler grabbing things at a grocery store checkout line and the cashier just putting them back. Segment 12, workforce cuts, now featuring racism. Federal cuts hit black federal workers hardest because why discriminate a little when you can discriminate a lot? Segment 13. Meanwhile, at the Vatican, Trump attended Pope Francis's funeral, using the solemn event to have backdoor peace talks with Zelensky. You know it's serious when even the dead Pope is like, bruh, not now. Segment 14, largest anti-Trump protest yet. Meanwhile, hundreds of thousands protested across America, which Trump described as the largest support rally in history before wandering into a Wendy's and declaring himself king of the drive-thru. So to recap, tariffs are down, tariffs are up, democracy is on clearance, and the president is now running foreign policy from the funeral of a pope. Ladies and gentlemen, Trump isn't just making the news, he is the news. And unfortunately for the rest of us, there are no refunds. Good night, America. Okay. And remember, if the news feels like an episode of Jackass directed by Werner Herzog, you're not alone.
I made a big old promise, said I'd fix the price of gas. Told you eggs would be cheaper, but now you're crying at the checkout fast. Said I'd be the best, folks, believe me, it's true. Now you're selling your furniture just to buy some stew. Yeah! Ooh, what happened to that? Ooh, I did that. Well, I did that. Groceries high as a cat in a hat. You thought I'd save your cash, but now your bank account is trash. Oh, I did that. You did that. Remember when I told you gas will be so cheap? Now you're crying at the station, filling up ain't neat. A carton of eggs, forget about those. Better start investing in some backyard crows. Get a chicken, We blame the Fed, blame the Dems, blame the media too. Blame Hunter, blame windmills, what else can I do? I take no responsibility, that ain't my style. Now let's all pretend this didn't happen for a while. Call, get a chicken. Ooh, well, I did that. Economy's flat like a popped air match. You thought I'd bring relief, now you're cutting coupons like a thief. Oh, I did that. Yeah, he did that.
Listen, folks, listen. I never said prices would drop. I just said eventually, maybe by 2053. And hey, windmills, folks, you know they're to blame, right?
Windmills and Nancy Pelosi. That means he ain't got one. Ooh, Listen, folks, listen. I never said prices would drop. I just said eventually, maybe by 2053. And hey, windmills, folks, you know they're to blame, right? Windmills and Nancy Pelosi. So if you're feeling hopeless, if your wallet is tight, just re-elect me, baby, and I'll make things right. Sure, last time I failed, but let's not dwell, 'cause this time my plan is, that means he ain't got one. Some say it's the markets, some say it's a trend. I say just trust me, 'cause I'm your best friend.